Good morning, everyone, and welcome from a bit of a cloudy Wokingham. So hopefully you've got a bit better weather where you are. Thank you for attending today's webinar. We're going to discuss our new release of PBXact 15. I'm just going to introduce us through. I'm the marketing manager, so any marketing questions, throw at me, and Simon Horton, our VP of Sales for Europe, will be doing the main webinar. So on today's agenda, we're going to briefly talk about Sangoma, and then what's new in PBXact 15, what's so great about PBXact and why you should use it. And we're going to have a nice promotion running on S phones, and we'll go through that. If you've got any questions, please don't forget to type them in the toolbar, and we'll take Q&A at the end. And also, we'll have the recording available for you at the end. I'll now hand over to Simon.
Thank you, Sian, and good morning, everybody. So, as Sian introduced me, I'm Simon Horton. I look after sales for Sangoma for Europe. And it's great to have so many people out there today interested in PBXact 15. So, let us get into it. Before we start, I'd just like to take a couple of very quick slides to talk about Sangoma, and then we'll talk about what you come here to see, which is PBXact. Sangoma's been around for a very long time. I think it's 36 years since we started as a business. We have, in the last 10 years since I joined, sounds rather big-headed, since I joined, we've grown from 10 million to $140 million of revenue. We've gone from 30 or 40 people based almost exclusively in Toronto to a staff of more than 300 around the world. I sit with Sian in our European headquarters, which is in a small town called Wokingham. It's 30-40 miles outside of London to the west, pretty convenient for Heathrow. And in that office we have sales, support, marketing, IT, and some development as well. So a fully busy office, right, where we run Europe. So it's pretty good place to work. We'll talk about this a little bit later, but Sangoma have two of the largest open source communications projects around, both Asterisk and an open source PBX UC project called FreePBX. And we're kind of solid, right? We're growing. We've managed to work our way through at least the first wave of COVID fairly successfully. We're quite diverse in our product range, which you can see on this slide. So some of our carrier grade equipment has helped us to weather at least the first wave of the COVID storm quite successfully. We really have a complete range of products. I think we're best known for maybe FreePBX and the boards, but we also an Asterisk, which is a kind of SIP switching engine. We build a lot of our UC products on top of that SIP switching engine with a nice web UI, nice wraparound to make the thing work as it should. For the connectivity piece, we have gateways to connect to legacy networks like ISDN, like analog phones. We have boards which do the same job but inside a chassis. We have SBCs which allow secure SIP communications. A little while ago, we bought a company called VoIP Innovations, and they have brought the API CPaaS communication platforms as a service offering into Sangoma alongside their wholesale SIP trunking offering. So that's pretty exciting on the access side. On the desktop, we have a range of phones and headsets. So we have the S-series, D-series phones, which I'm hoping all of you have seen. They work really, really well with PBXact, FreePBX, and Switchvox. We have a range of DECT phones. We have now a range of headsets for use with PC and our desk phones. And of course, we have our Zulu mobile and desktop, which is our kind of client for Windows, Mac, Android, iOS, which allows you to take your phone calls at your desk. Moving around, Switchvox, PBXact, we know about, we should know about by the end of this presentation. And then Sangoma Meet is our, hopefully you guys have all seen this. It Currently, it's free as our kind of way to give back something during the coronavirus, but it's like it is a video conferencing application. You can have as many friends and family or colleagues in a video conference as you will. You can do tiling, you can have PSTN dialing. So again, it's free. I'd encourage you all to use it with your families. It's a pretty nice application. So what is PBXact? PBXact is a fully featured PBX or unified communications platform. And by unified communications, of course, we mean, voice, video, instant messaging, presence, all of the normal, multi-channel kind of media. It's based on open source, which is kind of gives us the best of both worlds. So it is very flexible. It's easy to integrate, but it has that commercial hardening that goes alongside. It's effectively a premise-based offering. If you want premise-based, if you want it in the cloud, we can also offer PBXact in the cloud here in the UK. If you only want software and you don't want any hardware involved because you have a VM infrastructure, we have that as well on software licensing. We also have a SaaS model, so as a software as a service model for PBXact, where you just pay per user per month, so there's no upfront CapEx. So it's really, you can choose between on-prem on tin, you can choose to be running in a cloud hosted by Sangoma, you can choose to run it as a VM hosted by yourselves, or on a server that you happen to have a support agreement on, or you can host it yourself but pay us monthly. And then finally, in a few more slides, we will talk a little bit more about this concept of switching from FreePBX to PBXact, because in fact it's FreePBX that is the open source offering that PBXact is built upon. One of the great things about PBXact is that Zulu is included with no extra cost. So every time anybody buys PBXact, you get Zulu bundled in. And Zulu is not just a soft phone client, so it allows you to do voice calls, of course, but it also allows you to do video calling and screen sharing. So right now, we can do one-to-one video calling, you can do conference calls for voice as well. You can merge that conferencing, you can do chat rooms for instant messaging, you can launch a conference call, you can share files, you can click to dial from any web page, you can do screen pop. So it's really a very, very nice UC platform. And it's not on this page, but it's, as I mentioned earlier, for the desktop side, we support Windows and Mac. And on the mobile side, we support iOS and Android. So really is a powerful tool. Very nice indeed. We have seen a huge, as you can imagine, a huge pickup around Zulu, during the corona crisis, because it allows people to take their kind of desktop extension home with them. So call comes into PBX and the PBX will route to Zulu. It happens to use WebRTC, but it will route to Zulu, and anybody that's been sent home to work can just pick up their call and work as if they're in the office with no, the caller, the person that's calling, doesn't have any idea that they've picked up on Zulu instead of their desk phone. UCP is probably one of my favorite parts of the whole of PBXact. It's a page, a web browser based page, where you can, as an individual, control all of the elements of your extension. So every user gets access to UCP. As a system admin, you can turn this off, but it's everybody can get access to it. They can get access via desktop, tablet, mobile. It gives you lots of information about your calls. So you can pick up your voicemails, you can look at the numbers that have come in, the numbers that have come out, you can manage your contacts, you can manage your presence, so you can turn on and off do not disturb directly from the, for instance, presence man, do not disturb directly from the web UI, and it will update on all of your phones that are connected at the same time. So it pushes out to the phones. It's a very nice tool. And The way that it works is you add widgets. Hopefully you can see it on the screen here, but you start with a blank page, and then if you want to see your call history, but you're not interested in voicemail, then you can just pull your call history in. You can pull presence management in, and you can choose the widgets that you want displayed, so every user can have their own unique panel if that's what you need to. Before we move on, the simplified configuration dashboard. So we spent a bit of time trying to make the initial turn up of PBXact as easy as possible. So it goes through these 9 screens through extensions, IVR, inbound rules, music on hold, ring groups, time conditions, endpoint manager, advanced mode, and then a kind of restart setup. So there's actually 8, isn't it? But there's eight kind of screens that it takes you through, which should get you, it's that 80-20 rule, should get you to most of the work that you need to do. If you need more control or need to go deep under the hood and tweak the more advanced parameters, then you've got this ability to switch into advanced mode to really get deep and dirty with the underlying functions. The last point I wanted to mention in the let's remind ourselves about PBXact section is the call center. So the call center is an optional add-on. It's not included in the base. You have to pay a little bit extra for it, but it's really quite cool. It's aimed at the I don't know, kind of small sub 50, sub 100 call agents, call centers. We're not trying to compete with Genesis or Interactive Intelligence here. It's for the kind of smaller end. But it adds a bunch of extra functionality. You can set a simple outbound campaign. You can get queue callbacks, but most importantly, it adds a whole load of compliance and reporting. So you can get very detailed reports on all of your agent queues and agents. And so it just allows you to manage your mini call center a lot more closely. Let us know if you want more information on this. There's a lot of functionality in here, but yeah, I could spend a whole hour talking about this, but I won't. So let's please let us know if you need more info. Okay, here we go. The good bits, right? What's new in PBXact 15? So here is the kind of high level, and we'll drill into some of this. We'll drill into some of this later. But so first part is PBXact 15 backup and restore. So we have spent an enormous amount of time working on the backup and restore to make it better. We realized this was slightly clunky. So there's a whole new backup and restore module, and now it can be scheduled. You can choose which modules you want to get backed up. You can have email notifications to tell you whether that backup was successful. The other cool thing is you can restore from older versions. So you can restore from PBXact 13 as well as 14 and 15. And advanced recovery we'll talk about next. So backup and restore is the first part. And on top of backup and restore, we built a new advanced recovery. So advanced recovery allows you to pair 2 servers together for resilience and redundancy. And what will happen is the primary server is actively monitoring itself. A whole bunch of asterisk and MySQL functions are all monitored. If there's a problem, then automatic switchover will be enabled and the secondary server will take over. Setting all this up sounds hard, but we've created a nice, easy configuration wizard to walk you through this process. So it's really, really very easy. If the switchover should occur, then the system will call or email the system admin so that you know something has happened, and then you can go back in and try and get the primary back up. The other cool thing is how we manage trunks and endpoints. So on switchover, you can actively say, well, actually, I only want one trunk to be active on the secondary, or I want all my trunks to come up on the secondary. So you can choose which trunks come up. It's also integrated with Endpoint Manager. So if Endpoint Manager is aware that the secondary server has come up, it can, or is aware that secondary server has been provisioned, it can make sure that all the Sangoma phones, the S and the D series phones, will be appropriately configured so that they will fail over as well. So it's pretty nice, right? It adds a whole new level of redundancy to PBXact 15. What do you need to get it going? Well, you need 2 identical systems, and you need to buy the advanced recovery add-on for both systems, all available in our portal or available via your Sangoma reseller. And because there's quite a lot of information flowing between those 2 servers, you need good network connectivity. The 2 servers don't have to be in the same data center or the same rack. They can be geographically in different locations, but you do need good network connectivity because of the bandwidth and the amount of information that's being shared between the 2 servers. Okay. Remember, hit me with any questions on this stuff. So here's one for the techies out there. GraphQL, and I'm hoping I don't get too many questions on this because I might not be able to answer them. But so my understanding is GraphQL is kind of like REST API, but a bit more powerful. So it's an API. It's a modern way of programmatically querying what's inside PBXact. And so why do you need this, I hear you ask? Well, it allows PBXact to be integrated inside external business systems. So if you need to, automatically add trunks, automatically configure stuff, query what the parameters are setting, what parameters are set to what value, you can use the new GraphQL. We haven't yet covered every single module and function, but we've got a lot of them done. So you should be able to access most of the important parts. If you need more information, I would direct you to the Sangoma wiki. I was looking at the Sangoma wiki on the GraphQL stuff this morning, and it is it's very full of information, right? It's very detailed. There's examples of how you would get external programs to access the PBXact. So hopefully you can find that. Again, let me know if questions, if you have any, I can try to answer them or direct you to somebody much cleverer than me who will be able to help you with more detail. But GraphQL is in there. It's been asked for a lot by our partners, you guys, so is available to go. The last part is we have spent a lot of time on, I mentioned earlier that PBXact has built the foundations of PBXact deep down our FreePBX, and we know that we have a lot of FreePBX users out there around the globe, and some of those customers want to transition to PBXact because it's more feature filled, it's a little easier to use, it's got commercial support around it, it's hardened. So we've created this new tool inside the portal which allows the migration from FreePBX to PBXact to be very easy. You go into the portal, you select your current FreePBX deployment, select the number of users you want. If you want to buy support, you grab that as well. You check out, you pay, and then you are, after you've updated your FreePBX system, and hey presto, you're running PBXact and you get all of the cool features, including Zulu, of PBXact. So I think that's pretty cool for those people out there. It gives them a migration path without having to go through the trauma of completely reconfiguring a PBXact if the base version is a FreePBX install. Really quickly, why PBXact? Just to remind you, I've kind of covered this, right? It's a fully featured UC system. It has great cost versus features, has easy business integration. It's a hardened version of FreePBX. We release a new version of PBXact about once a year. It's not completely written in stone, but it's about once a year. We make sure that we test all of the modules together to be that tightly controlled software versioning, and it is very flexible with its kind of GraphQL elements. If you want software assurance, we have a couple of different options. We have basically gold and platinum. Gold is business hours software support. Platinum brings you 24/7 support coverage. So if you have a system, a business critical system out there that you want to have be able to phone us or email us 24 hours a day, then you can choose the Platinum option. We have a pretty cool promotion running on our S-Series phones right now. Basically, it involves getting money off, so you can get money off all of the whole range of S-Series phones. We're kind of running this over the entire summer. Please ask your Sangoma reseller or partner. I know that we have a range of people on this webinar, from end users all the way through to the distributors. So I'm not going to mention any numbers here, but please ask your Sangoma partner what that promotion is all about, and you can effectively get some little bit of money off your Sangoma phones. And that's it, Shan. So quite a short one today. Shan, do we have any questions coming in?
Okay, it helps if you take yourself off mute.
Yes.
It does. Yeah, it's one of those small ones. Okay, so first one is, how do I get advanced recovery?
So advanced recovery, you can buy it in the normal way, basically. I didn't put it down here, but we have a promotion going on advanced recovery. So as an introductory offer, you can get it at a little less cost, but you can either order it through the normal Sangoma channel via a PO, or yeah, that would be the best way for people on this webinar. Just go order it through the Sangoma channel. For our direct channel partners out there, there's a very nice wizard on the portal which helps you through the ordering process if you need to provide quotes out to your customers.
Sure, and if anyone gets stuck, just give us a call. We're here to help you on that one. Next one is, when's PBXact 15 available?
It's already available. It's available now, so you can go and if you buy a new PBXact system, or if you have software support and you want to upgrade, it is available for use right now.
All right. Okay. And do I need to purchase one ARM or two modules?
You purchase one per system. So you have to effectively, but both the primary and the secondary server have to have the advanced recovery module present on them. Excellent.
And okay, is Endpoint Manager redundant?
That's a strange question, but I think yes. Endpoint Manager. So you configure Endpoint Manager on one system, and all of that data is shared to the second system, so that all of your endpoints. Let me start again. Endpoint Manager, yes, you configure Endpoint Manager on one system, it's shared to the second system, and then because Endpoint Manager is aware of the advanced recovery module being installed, it can then make sure all the phones are ready to talk to or communicate with the primary or the secondary server, depending on which one is available. So yes, it is redundant.
Okay. And another question is, what languages can I now get PBXact 15 in? Can I get it in Spanish?
Yes, you can get it. So at least Spanish, German, French, Italian is fully done. And then actually we have lots of other languages partially done. So I know that Dutch is in there. I think Romanian and Czech is in there. But yes, it's pretty easy to check. There's a couple of different elements, but yeah, Spanish is done. The prompts are done. The web UI is done. UCP, and yeah. So I think we're very well covered in the four main languages of Europe.
All right. And just a thing, Mark, we'll take your question offline afterwards. It's going to be a bit of a long technical answer, so we welcome back to you, not ignoring you there. And that's mainly what we've got, Simon, today.
Perfect. Well, thank you, everybody. It's great to see so many people out there. Thank you, everybody, for attending. We've recorded the webinar So it will be available soon, Shan, somewhere. Tell us
Yes,
where it
it
will be
should hopefully
available.
be available either later today or tomorrow. And if anyone's got any problems getting it or has got any questions, just please drop us an email and we'll come back to you as soon as we can. But yes, it you know, maybe tomorrow at the latest, but we'll get that to you. And if anyone needs slides or any more information, just if you're a partner, contact us. We can help you with any more information. If you're a end user, please contact your preferred partner reseller and they can give you any more information.
Awesome. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Shan. And we'll please be in touch and we'll speak to you very soon. Bye for now.
Thank you, Simon.